Welcome to an introduction to ICANN reviews. To understand the purpose of reviews, it's first important to understand the purpose of the work of ICANN and our bottom-up multi-stakeholder model. Together, we are working to maintain a single, interoperable Internet, supported by stable, secure, and resilient unique identifier systems. We want to keep the Internet free and open as it is today, to protect it for ourselves and for future generations. How we do our work is just as important as why we do it. Because the Internet is a crucial global resource and one of the largest cooperative efforts ever undertaken, Internet governance must evolve to ensure that the Internet stays free and open. To achieve this, we follow a bottom-up multi-stakeholder governance model, where decisions and policies are made based on the input of all interests from across the globe. Reviews are a crucial part of this process. They serve as ICANN's progress report to the world and demonstrate how we deliver on our commitments. They also help identify areas where we can improve. Reviews look at what happens when process and policy meets the real world. They help us draw lessons from past experiences, to make recommendations to improve future performance. Reviews help us evolve and adapt to the complex and ever-changing technological world by learning from other excellent organizations, analyzing and responding to new developments in our industry, and implementing innovative approaches. Reviews also help support accountability and transparency. They help ICANN to demonstrate how it stays true to its obligations to the global community, while also providing the community with a voice in the process. This forms a kind of global conversation on which the legitimacy of the multi-stakeholder model fully depends. Reviews fall into two categories: organizational reviews and affirmation of commitments, or AOC reviews. Organizational reviews assess how well ICANN structures are operating and fulfilling their purpose, as well as how accountable they are to their stakeholders and to each other. They are mandated by ICANN bylaws and carried out by independent reviewers. AOC reviews, on the other hand, are carried out by representatives of the stakeholder community. They are currently mandated by the affirmation of commitments, with work underway to incorporate them into bylaws as part of the IANA transition. AOC reviews focus on the security, stability, and resiliency of the domain name system, issues of public access to data governed by WHOIS policy, decision-making reflective of public interest and accountability to all stakeholders, and the impact that the introduction of top-level domains has on competition, consumer trust, and consumer choice. So how does the review process work? First, review teams are assembled. Once in place, review teams plan their work and then execute it over a 12-month period. After that, review teams report their recommendations for board consideration. The board has 6 months to take action. Consultations with the community take place throughout the review and include public comments. The review process takes time because it needs to receive input from many different interests in order for the voice of the global community to be heard. The board considers recommendations and public comments and determines the best course of action to achieve a balanced outcome. The board provides justification for its decision to modify or reject a recommendation. Some recommendations have long-lasting implications and feed into the strategic plan. To be most effective, recommendations should be clear, prioritized, actionable, measurable, and mindful of resources. Accepted recommendations enter the implementation phase on their way to becoming standard operating procedure. The organizational review process differs from affirmation of commitment reviews in that professional independent examiners conduct reviews instead of community volunteers. However, community members provide their input throughout the review process. It's important to emphasize that the community plays a critical role throughout the review process, whether directly working on a review or providing important input and views to ensure that their voices are heard and represented, and that the community and board work together within a system of checks and balances, with ICANN staff playing a supportive role. Because so much of the review process is driven by the community, We are always looking for new members of the community to participate, and that means you. By joining the review community, you have the opportunity to build a global professional network, develop new skills and expertise, and ensure that the interest of your community, region, and/or industry is represented. Most importantly, you have the opportunity to devote your unique skills to protect the future of the Internet for all. Interested in learning more about reviews and how you can get involved? Click on the link at the end of this video for information on upcoming reviews, events, and activities to get started.